Hi, my name is Ben Baer. I'm the head of business development here at Spin. We're a smart bike sharing system for the US market. In the last 10 years, the number of trips taken on bike share bikes has absolutely exploded in the US market. It's more than 10x to 28 million in 2016 and shows no signs of slowing down. If you look at the rest of the world, it's happening even faster. There are now 2.3 million bike share bikes in circulation worldwide, an 80% increase in a year. Bike sharing has obvious benefits for the community. It's sustainable, good for the environment, it's healthy, so it's good for the individual, and it's extremely efficient. It doesn't require any parking spots, and you don't need to sit in traffic. But bike sharing V1 has a few key problems for cities and universities looking to implement it. You have to answer questions like, how many bikes do we need to get started with? Where should the docks go? Who pays for the system? Who maintains the system? It can cost hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars up front to get started for a large system. Spin is bike sharing reimagined for the 21st century. It answers all of the key problems that I just identified with bike sharing V1. How many bikes do we need? The deployment size is completely flexible, so we can scale up and down based on actual usage. Where should the docks go? There are no stations or docks with Spin. Who pays for the system? There's zero cost or liability for the university or city, and it costs only $1 per 30 minutes to ride, or 50 cents per 30 minutes for a student with a valid ID. Who maintains the system? Spin handles 100% of operations by hiring a local ground operations team. We're a US-based company with the right experience to bring this to the market. We've raised more than $8 million from a leading hardware venture capital firm, and we've got alumni from Lyft, Uber, Y Combinator, and the United States Senate Transportation Group, who's advised policymakers across the country on how to approach stationless bike sharing. We're committed to building the best stationless bike possible. So each bike has a GPS and cellular-enabled smart lock on the back wheel that you unlock with the app. I'll show you how that works in a second. That lock is powered by a solar panel in the front basket, and the bike is designed to make it as hard as possible to tamper with or damage. The tires are solid foam, there's no air to be let out, and it's put together with non-standard tools that can only be unlocked with tools direct from our factory. So how does it work for riders? Let me give you a quick look. First, you open the Spin app and you can find a bike nearby on the map or just stumble across one. Then you scan the QR code on the back of the bike to unlock it. That automatically unlocks the lock. And then finally, you can ride directly to your destination, park it outside, and lock the wheel to end the trip. And again, it's only $1 for every 30 minutes or 50 cents for someone with a valid university ID. So we launched our first market in Seattle on July 17, 2017. How's it going so far? We've done more than 10,000 rides in less than 3 weeks. The average ride length is 16.7 minutes. The average user has taken 2.71 rides. And importantly, we're seeing 3x more rides per bike per day versus the previous version 1 dock system that Spin is replacing. Seattle riders of all ages love Spin. On the left, you can see an 86-year-old woman using Spin at the University of Washington. And then on the right, you can see a little drawing that the son of one of Seattle's traffic engineers put together after we launched. And more interestingly, they love telling us where we need to add more bikes. In Seattle, there was lots of debate in the bike community about the fact that the previous system didn't have stations in important areas. Spin has dramatically increased the accessibility of bike share for the entire Seattle community, and the bikes are going exactly where they're needed. But what about the piles of bikes? Some of you have read about stationless bike share in China, may have seen these pictures. We have focused from the beginning on working with regulators on how to deploy this in the US in a responsible manner. And the way that we do this is we actually educate riders through the app on where to park. So we tell them where to park and also where not to park, just as importantly. So far, 95% of riders in Seattle have followed the parking rules. So we're in a good spot, and we're going to continue to educate riders on how to utilize the system. If they do happen to mess up, our local ground ops team is on it fast, typically within 2 hours, and if a bike is dangerous or in a dangerous position, they'll be out there immediately. We're currently live in 4 markets across the country, with more coming in the next month or two, and we just completed our first university partnership with the University of Washington. If you have questions, just shoot me an email at ben@spin.pm, and I'm looking forward to discussing more.